Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands 2. So, turns out that we didn't get the fourth piece of the compass. We allegedly broke it when we shot the lock off this thing, which then puts us in a position where we're going to have to run to a new area. And so we'll just jump this way and take the shortcut over here. So there's a Cult of the Vault symbol somewhere on this map and two of the Captain Scarlet dolls that would need to be discovered and clicked on also somewhere on this map. I doubt I'm gonna find either one, and I kinda don't think we're coming back here. We've just kind of seen everything. Borderlands 1 also had this element where there were definitely little offshoots of central hub maps that you only spent one, maybe two trips in, and it was a brief amount of time. That being said, I think it's been longer than I would have guessed, honestly. It probably has been closer to 2 hours of gameplay. Let's see.
It's a fine day, full of opportunity.
I don't really want to buy bullets. Let's just look over here and see if that's good. Go over here and see if that's good. And let's just look at our inventory to make sure we sold everything. See, these level 30 and 31 pieces of whatever these are called, iridium. Let's see. I could probably fast travel to the goal a little bit faster, but I want to play this as legitimately as possible. So we're going to warm water, and look, there's a new quest in warm water to pick up. And let's see. Yes, there's an undiscovered quest in warm water, and then there's something in Oasis. Alright. So we need to fast travel here. Well, we can't probably fast travel here, but we can grab a vehicle here. And again, I don't really want to spend a lot of time like through this whole system, but every time I spend, I choose not to search things. I'm potentially lowering my chances of finding iridium.
Grenade out.
I'll just throw that. Really just grinding.
So, what's your favorite thing about Scarlet? Mine's the way she smiles, and her hair, and her body, and that one time she made eye contact with me. Really, all of those things are my favorite thing about her.
We'll go ahead and get this caravan. So we're dealing with Herbert. Seems like the game wants to give me some iridium. Notice that these chests are the old-fashioned chests too, not the pirate chests that we've been dealing with. So it's a nice little throwback to just remind people, hey, this is what your standard Borderlands chest looks like. Don't forget, these are the standard Borderlands 2 Hyperion loader style enemies. See, I may have messed up here, though. Because I may go to the Oasis and kill a deserter. And then that quest, that side quest may require me to go back to areas I've already been where there's really nothing else to do. Because I bet that is exactly how that quest progresses. See, I don't think there's even a reason to try and take on the worms. Although I would like to shoot them with this gun. We'll open everything there is to open here. Pick up as much bullets and guns as possible. And or money. And then we'll sell it all to try to get more money. We're still very much in a weird position with money. It's crazy. It's crazy that there's a quest that wants me to have 2-3 times as much. See, this is like a level 30 gun. But if I was to, say, compare it to this gun. Let's see. Yeah, that's no way better. Sell that and sell that. We don't really have to look at them. Grenade mods are easy enough to figure out. Clearly the game wants me to get and try out some new grenade mods. I've hit some kind of timer that says yes, I should try that, something new, but nothing they're offering and nothing that's going to drop is going to be anywhere close. Right. I don't think I need to talk to Captain Scarlet.
What the hell am I doing on Pandora?
Help an old buddy. Catch a ride and also tinnitus. Is this gonna be Scooter?
Sup, yo? This here Scooter coming at you from Sanctuary. I needs me some old ass scraps from y'all's rust yard to keep the city's engines a-turning. If it's sturdy and metallic and can give you lead poisoning just from looking at it, grab it and ship it my way, alright?
Okay. So, weird that you'd bring Scooter back into the story when Shade is a little bit like Scooter, and like the game does not quite work well. Alright, so that's a quest going back to the rust yards. This way would take me to Oasis through here. This way takes me through an exit over here. So let's go do that. The Washburn Refinery. I'm fairly certain you can't actually miss a quest or not finish a quest. I've never actually been able to make it seem like that is the way that is a possible thing. But it's gonna feel very odd if we do the entire story element and we still have not finished an optional quest, which honestly we're not 100% guaranteed that. What was that over there? Like, you're not 100% guaranteed that there's going to be a. Let's see. New player skin. Let's see. Catch a rocket 3. Catch a rocket 5. Wow. That's crazy. So I got like a level 5 improvement on a challenge using, I assume, a Teodoro rocket launcher. Oops. I think that's enough fun. I think we've had enough fun with that. So let's come over here. Three tokens immediately. Reload speed 5.2, shield recharge delay -6%, shield recharge rate, elemental effect chance, recoil reduction. Recoil reduction, elemental effect damage. Yeah, that worked way too well. And as far as items, I don't think we picked up anything other than the skin. There's a shield over there. There's a couple things over there I could go pick up, but I don't think I need them. Let's just move. It'll be interesting to see, is this going to be like a boss battle area, or is this going to load into another area? Or is this just going to be kind of a slightly open section? I'm not getting any rocket launcher. Okay, so this is a straight up different area we're going to. Alright. Anything else to see or look at? No. So this might be like the prison in some of the DLC in the first game. A pretty constricted area where we fight a bunch of rather strong enemies.
I can rebuild the last part of the compass, but I'll need some samples of polycriton. And once you get those, I can rebuild the key and give it to Scarlet, and it'll help her find where the treasure is buried, and she'll marry me, and we'll have 100 babies, and I'll never die. It'll be perfect.
Interesting, different screen. It's kind of dark in here. Suppose it is a valid question to ask, why why do I not pick up guns and put them in my inventory by default when I hold down the X button? Why do I have to make a special effort to go click on on those guns? Alright, so this doesn't seem like this is going to be too much of a challenge. Let's just look around and try to play thoroughly. We're looking, I suppose, for a Cult of the Vault symbol. It seems like there's no humans here. So is this a like base that has been taken over by the robots? Or Handsome Jack controlling the robots? What are the levels of these guys? 30? Still running into like a level 30. Seems like a maximum. So these guys are mostly pushovers. I'm still just getting like 1 XP on them. I assume I'm coming back the same direction I came, so there might be a little bit I need to investigate further. There's also seems to be a side quest. Let's see. Increase of fire rate, increase melee damage. Problem with increasing fire rate is you just run out of bullets faster if you need that. 90 iridium. Seems like we'll probably have 100 by the time we get to where we need to go. So this is a sample of polycriton.
Yes, just a few more bits of polycriton. I've studied the lost treasure of the sands for months now. I'll rebuild the compass for her.
Let's see, here's Sensor Bot. Sensor 807.
Do not curse or expose yourself.
This malfunctioning Hyperion bot seems to be obsessed with censorship.
I am the censor bot. All lewd behavior must be stopped. A deviant known as P3RV-E is in possession of sexually explicit materials. Please murder him because morality.
See, and this is... puts me in a weird position to even have to talk about this because, yes, this is kind of what Borderlands used to be and the people who made a Gearbox used to be, but I'm fairly certain that they have wildly swinged to kind of a deplatforming censorship SJW mentality that by the time Borderlands 3 comes out, we won't see something like this. Or if it is done like this, it's going to have a decisively political bent in which censorship for things that they agree with is fine, whereas censorship for things they don't agree with is not. So, I mean, I hope that's wrong. I hope maybe just somehow like maybe there is some way I just accidentally entered another area. by coming this way. Interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Borderlands 3 has the same feeling that it has always had. Like, this guy just cannot. He's hitting the wall. He can't even hit me. Yeah, but this is too slow. And there is, I guess, some argument that could be, some criticism that could be made right now. Borderlands 1 was a little bit more willing to actually go there in some instances of going for more adult, mature jokes and such, whereas, but it really didn't do it too much. It mostly hung closer to an edgy teenager who will say things like poop. Well, that's not a teenager, that's more of an edgy 4-year-old. But yeah, it really never went very lowbrow as much as it pretended like it did. Jeez, is that all iridium? That would be awesome if there was a way to refine that into iridium bars. Like when you look at Mad Moxie, for example, that's about as far. Her crazy dress is about as far as they ever went. Where I'm fairly certain Borderlands is a mature rated series, so if they wanted to go as far as like GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5 went, or if they want to go as far as, say, God of War went, where there was actual nudity and lots of blood, like, I think they'd still be within their age range of the rating of the game. But that's certainly not what they're going for. They're going for, oh, it may be rated M for mature, but really this is a T for teen game. And that's how the series has always been. So when they do something like this and they say, oh, censorship's so bad, that you have to realize that this is in a game that is at the very least self-censoring itself to be within a certain age range. This is actually working rather well. Yeah, but you don't get this very often, do you? Kill long range. Alright, so so there are still some rocket quests to do. You really rarely get a scenario like this where you can take your shots. Let's see. I'm gonna... I'm gonna see if I can... Nope, that's not good. I like that these are loaders. We haven't fought a loader in quite a while. If I was to guess, you were probably supposed to do the TK Baja's Halloween DLC. first. I'm fairly certain that that's the first bit of DLC. And that would explain why it's so incredibly short. It was probably rushed to come out during the Halloween time frame. And then, if I was to guess, there's a decent chance that this was the second piece of DLC. Much bigger, much longer, and hopefully all the remaining pieces of DLC stay within that realm of being good and being of a decent length. Like if we run into another piece of DLC that's really short, it'd be slightly disappointing. But there are other kinds of DLC also, so there are DLC that give us levels and things to do, places to be, things like this. But then there's also microtransaction DLC that is just seems like I could have gotten up there. There's some microtransaction DLC that really is just designed to maybe give you a skin, extra levels that you can get on your skill level up to, which it's ridiculous that that's being limited at all. If somebody could nowadays buy just Borderlands 2 and not play any of the DLC and they're just stuck at level 55, that'd be rather ridiculous. That seems like that's too much of a jump, honestly. Let's also switch to make sure. Yeah. There's a piece I need to collect here. But then there's also a piece I think I've missed. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to work my way through here. I don't think that's the plan. So maybe there's a higher level? Alright, so down this way. There's a gate you can't access. Got quiet again. This game does seem to have a tendency to do that. Just have lulls in the action. I'm still out of these. So I was gonna try to hit these guys without targeting them. Yeah, that's not worth it though. I got 2 XP there.
I bet Scarlet's getting lonely. Yep, I'm pretty sure she regrets kicking me out to the rest yard. Nope.
I'm surprised she didn't kill him. Alright. Let's find a corner over here. Or just fall down. Alright. What do we want to drop? That, and that. We'll just drop all of those. I guess it is kind of nice though to not automatically pick up things you just dropped by holding X to pick up bullets. So it probably would need to be a secondary button if holding X would pick up guns. But I suppose the idea is they want you to look at every single gun and see it and consider it. But they give you too many guns, frankly. It's an odd complaint to make for the Borderlands series, but they really do give you too many guns to look at. And most of them are nowhere worth considering. Either because there's a misunderstanding in my mind about how the gun would work or how good it would be, or just because I completely understand how the gun would work and it's just not better than what I have. Of course, golden keys only made that scenario a lot worse. Just trash everywhere. Why would they need trash? Like junk loader bots. So you almost have to assume that in the universe of Pandora, the junk, material, building material, metal, was very valuable at some point. So valuable that they could build, Dahl Corporation could build, like, giant facilities and ship all of this material or mine it or build with it in some way. Are they just burning the junk perhaps to refine the iridium? That might be it. Because I don't know why these junk loaders would be collecting junk and using it. Where is he?
Target death imminent.
Dead. Or maybe these robots are insane and they're not following any orders or programming. That might be it. Okay. So we need to kill this pervert robot. Suppose I could get into a slightly more political argument. Wow. Lots of money and iridium. Like the thing that the fact that the censor bot wants me to kill the pervert bot is not too far from where censorship has gotten to in the United States these days. Like, if you think the wrong way, people who are not 100% pro free speech are perfectly fine with those people that they don't agree with losing their jobs, losing their ability to feed themselves, clothe themselves, house themselves. So that, I mean, we're not too far from that, really. Let's see. Gun. Let's compare this gun to this gun. No way. And no to that. And we'll just go ahead and say no to that. And no to that too. And what else? We don't need that. That. clearly want me to try a different class. This game really just cannot offer me anything. Max health.
You won't find better merchandise anywhere else.
We're almost up to 750,000. Right.
Lovely.
So I'm gonna buy some more rocket things. I don't think I need anything else though.
Next time you're bleeding to death, just think doctor's
And
dead.
the other issue, of course, of the new wave of anti-free speech that's happening in the United States is that it never forgives either. So if somebody says something like what I'm saying now will never be forgiven by those types of people, even 60 years down the line. So but it all really just boils down to witch hunts, you know, hysteria and witch hunts and ridiculousness. The good news is most people that are that extreme don't really have any power, so they just whine and cry a lot.
You've almost got enough polycriton. Once I give you the last piece of the compass, you'll need to combine all 4 pieces and take them to the Magnus Lighthouse. That is where you will find the burial place of the lost treasure of the sands.
So this is the layer of Letrobot.
There is the sexual deviant. Disassemble him. I enjoy looking at airbrushed images of first model disease.
That's not, wasn't him. That's not him. There he is. So it's just this tiny little robot.
Acceptable. Now collect the deviant's explicit contraband. It must be studied further.
Studied further, yeah. So, Censorbot wants some porn. And so we'll be looking here. So we had a mission like this in the first game. And see, here you have a roughly animated nudie magazine, half nude nudie magazine, half gun magazine. Not really showing anything, really. That's the T for teen level that this game self-censors to, which is not realistic at all. Also, they went with a very, very overweight woman. Let's see, I know it when I see it. The finest reading material on Pandora. Oh, was there a name on the other one? No, it's all, I know it when I see it. That's all the exact same image. And see, for Borderlands 2, they could have updated this. Could have been a different issue at least. Let's see. Nothing else to really say.
Have struck a great blow to the perversion corrupting Pandora. Return to me for more work.
So he's potentially going to give me more quests to go kill some more people. I was going to kill him anyways, so it's no big difference. We need to switch our quest. Yeah, we're gonna work our way around in a circle, I'm fairly certain. Haven't seen a Cult of the Vault symbol. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe there isn't one in this area? Or maybe there's only one. I bet there's only one if there's... Right. Oops. I guess I have to be careful about doing that. Just jump down here. It definitely sucks having... Ooh. So... We saw some of these before in several areas in Borderlands 2, and they never seemed like they opened. Like, some of them were quest related. I imagine all of them were quest related, but I either missed some quests in the main game or missed something else. Because yeah, that does not feel like that's gonna open ever. I'll just go this way. Get stuck on the ground. Is this a door we could open? You could try to open some doors in Borderlands 1. It seems like they've now solidified the idea that if a door isn't open, it's never going to be open. Carbon slag crater. Interesting. Wasn't really expecting to end up in a more open area. So, looks like we're probably going to a boss fight. That's typically what happens when we run into something like this. Or maybe this is a slight boss fight. It's just like two... So, killing those two. Some... H3RLE. Hurl.
Badass approaching.
One shot does almost a third of the damage. So he's throwing things at me. I'm not sure if he was going to do anything else. They despawned him incredibly quickly, which I assume might have something to do with him getting stuck in the floor when he fell. Super overpowered boss battle there. That's annoying. That's really, really annoying. That should have been the best content. That should have been what we were working our way up to this whole time, and it's nothing. I can't even really enjoy picking up any items because I don't need to pick up any items. This is, as far as level design, a little more claustrophobic than I would have thought. They usually go for slightly more open designs, but it's not terrible. I don't think. I think you could have easily run around and found some places to hide. If you needed to. Let's come over here. What does this say? 1331 or 13th floor? 102 iridium. I wonder if maybe by damaging myself I might be getting some increase in some hidden metric. I doubt it, but that would be interesting if that were the case. Open another door that just doesn't open. Let's grab the last piece of iridium.
Great, great, great. That's enough. Come back and I'll forge the replacement compass piece for you.
So I need to go to the oasis after this part. I think it would be a big mistake to do that. And even if it does turn out that I go to the oasis, do the optional side quest, and then come back and decide that I have to do something else in the oasis, that's still fine too. Apparently I didn't quite expose all of the map here. And let's see. So this is the quest. This is the quest we need to turn in. And it seems like this guy will hand us a new quest. Is what he said he would do.
Excellent.
So I got a challenge done for doing that. Then back down here we go. And see, this was called the arm, and that quest was called, that challenge was called Arm Myself. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't run into any new people that I even have to fight. So let's talk to him. Even robots need love.
This film is disgusting. I will determine the exact mathematical level of its disgustingness after further study.
Yo har har when it's ready for a quest. Who's ready for a quest about
Your
piracy?
is inappropriate.
Don't copy this that floppy. What did you just say was inappropriate? Your skin
Why
is...
not take a picture? It will last longer.
Oh, your staring is inappropriate. I bet that's what he said. So...
Your staring is inappropriate.
Yeah. So, they're going from censorship to anti-piracy.
Echo software piracy eats away at the moral fabric of society. Several sand pirates have bootlegged copies of the latest Echo simulation programs. Murder them and retrieve the ill-gotten goods.
Again, murder these people who are just copying software. And like 2K, Gearbox, the developers of any video game, they have to, in part, not condone piracy. Clearly, because they're trying to make a profit off selling their games. So it's kind of a biased message. It's not horribly offensive though. Like, in theory, everybody says piracy is bad, except for in the instances in which people disagree and say piracy is okay, which can be in some instances, in my opinion, when like a game or software is impossible to get in certain regions, impossible to get legitimately whatsoever, and thus is abandonware, incredibly overpriced, and being sold by people that you don't really deserve to profit off that software. Often you'll have companies that just bought the work of somebody else and have not done anything to support it or upgrade the software in many years. There's pretty much any exception you can think of. If it's a decent thought, I can at least somewhat sympathize with that exception. Alright, so we need to go back out here. And the Leviathan.
The Leviathan knows we're close to finding the treasure. I can't wait to kill him and avenge my Roscoe. God, Roscoe was so cute. This big old face you just wanted to squeeze. And what are you jackasses looking at? Get back to work. Swab something, goddammit!
I took the non-cool way. Should have jumped. This is interesting. Why is the gun still here? Like, why does that happen? Why didn't it despawn? Got in the wrong thing. Alright, so we have a quest that is in the middle of the map that we could do right now, I guess, and then we'll work our way, I guess, to the oasis. This is gonna be weird because this kind of means I'm gonna have to make a special trip. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it like a special trip back into the Washburn refinery. And how do I get up here? So we've got this rock. Is there... like, is there some kind of elevator or something? The boat here. Is there a jump? Like, we haven't really seen any jumps at all in Borderlands 2. There was a big jump in Borderlands 1. Let's see, when we were up in that area, was there perhaps... So it's sneaky. They even put a red lava lit square here just to try and get your attention to see that this is the way to go. That's just bad design. Need some flashing lights. Alright. So we're in an area. And there's a bunch of wires. And sandworms. I doubt the sandworms that have the... Like, I doubt the sandworms are the copy pirates. Don't want to quite use the rocket launcher on sandworms because they'll move too fast.
Let's see if they got
But I do want to use it on everybody else. Again, I think we're still fighting rank 30 enemies. Let's just open more of these. I can't for the life of me remember if I've found all the Cult of the Vault or if I've found any Cult of the Vault symbols in this area. Didn't know this area existed, which makes me feel like there's probably one or two other areas throughout the rest of the game that I may have just never entered. Hopefully you would hope that there would have been a quest that pointed you towards going to each area once. So this is called the dish. It's just a big satellite dish. Interesting. Let's see. And
all right. Like I said.
This is slightly interesting, I suppose, because we have a whole collection of people that are spawning in the center of the map. So if I'm trying to do gunslinger splash damage, I should shoot once and then reload if I can. I'm out of bullets now, so let's try firing without the scope. If there was ever a challenge built around the idea of not reloading your gun, I think I'd probably never get that challenge done, but I'm fairly certain there isn't. Let's see. I don't like playing in the dark like this. I wish the game stayed brighter in more places. There are definitely some places where it clearly was the design and intention that nobody would, it would never get dark. But that seems to not be universal. I can't get up there. I thought maybe I could. Good thing that fell on the ground.
Well done. Pandora's moral fabric is intact. Return to me at once.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if he has some other quest for me or tries to kill me. Pandora's moral fabric being laughable. This was also like an issue though with Tales from the Borderlands, because the characters in Tales from the Borderlands are not just vault hunter psychopaths trying to kill each other so much, and they actually do have character. So in a weird way they kind of don't fit with the main game even there. The Telltale series of games from Telltale and the Tales of series of games did have a tendency to be more focused about story and characterization, whereas you barely get any characterization at all in this game. We still don't know who Zero is or what his real ambitions are, other than some maybe basic general ideas of he wanted to kill a bunch of people.
Nice.
Or kill the best. So it looks like there's something this way. Is there something this way? No, not really. You could have easily made a second mission where we came back a few hours later and invaded this area, fought much higher level characters, and had to turn on the dish and send a transmission or something. I'm fairly certain we won't be doing any of that. So how many did we find? 2 out of 3 now. So there's still one Cult of the Vault thing. This takes you down halfway there. Didn't look like there was a switch or anything that would have let me down easier. Alright. Let's come back and look at the inventory. You have an SMG that probably is not as good as our SMG. Yep. Rocket launcher, I'm not even going to consider. Not going to consider it. And let's see, class mods. Shield capacity and reload speed. Now the shield capacity in this modification is a specific number, not a percentage. Anything that's going to be a specific number is not going to be high enough for long.
Feeling
So
overburdened
that,
by money.
and
Thanks for the scratch.
fill up
Come back anytime.
there. Okay. So it's been another hour. We need to turn in this quest, and then we need to go do this quest, and then we need to come do these quests, and hopefully this quest will take us to do some other quests, and we may have to do quite a bit of catch up and running around to actually accomplish this, the entirety of this quest. Each of these missions now are at level 30. It's just a shame we're at level 39. And you see this undiscovered one is also level 30, so yeah, we're kind of stuck where we're still not going to get enough experience. We probably will level up. We have 102 iridium, we're at $773,000. Yeah, we probably will level up when we turn in all the quests, and that'll give me one more point here. Then maybe I can start restoring my health some more. Challenge wise, there's actually quite a few challenges it seems like I've found just using a rocket launcher, because I've probably not been using the rocket launcher much, but specifically to this area, the pirate booty quest, it seems unlikely we would get very far down that route unless we spend a lot more time. We'll see if we can defeat Hyperius the Not So Invincible, but I'm not sure. And then feed Master Gi to his worms. I don't know who Master Gi is. Purchase an item with a Seraph Crystal. Don't know where I'd get that. Collect Seraph Crystals 0 of 80. Don't know where I'd get that. But Worm Killer and Landlubber we're already done with, which seems odd. And we haven't been fighting any bruisers, so we can't do any, or we haven't been fighting too many stalkers. Like, a lot of these characters, just, we've stopped seeing them in the DLC, so it's impossible to finish them. I'd have to go back to the main storyline to try and get some of these finished. And I'm fairly certain none of this stuff just carries over in the New Game Plus. So we're slowly getting everything else done. I wish there was a way to hide everything that's been done. Like, collect dollar bills from cash drops. We're at 567,000 from cash drops, so it's still quite a long time before we would get that done. Whereas it's looking like it's probably going to ask me for $1 million or 2 million for level 5 to save a lot of money, and we haven't traded with any players. Vehicle stuff, like a lot of vehicle stuff hasn't been done. See, I wanted to come over a lot of grenade stuff, like using transfusion grenades, for example. I have just not gotten a good transfusion mod in the entirety of gameplay using Bouncing Betty grenades. I don't like Bouncing Betty, so I haven't done them. Using MRV grenades, I think I could probably get this one done. We're slowly making progress on ammo eater, but we haven't used spike shields at all, and the rest of these shields, amp shields and nova shields, still need work. So rocket launcher was catch a rocket, kill enemies with direct hits from rocket launchers, kill enemies from long range with rocket launchers, kill shielded enemies with 1 rocket each. So you would have to basically be overpowered to get that one done. And that was probably the quest that I hadn't unlocked. Kill enemies with rocket launchers, where you need 6 more enemies killed. Get second wins with rocket launchers. I'd have to do that very carefully. Kill enemies with rocket launcher splash damage. We've gotten that one done. Meanwhile, there's little bits with sniper rifles, I guess, that we could still do. Little bits with assault rifles we could still do. As for SMGs, yeah, there's a little bit more to do. As far as shotguns, there seems to be something undiscovered in shotguns, and a lot of work that could be done here. As far as pistols, still a lot of work that can be done here. As far as melee, still a lot of work that can be done here. And then general combat between other things, seems like there's still a lot of lot of things that could be done. I don't even know how you would kill enemies with your action skill as the assassin. Kill enemies during the night, kill enemies during the day, kill enemies with stationary barrels. So I do need to shoot more barrels. We haven't found Jimmy Jenkins. As far as completing optional missions, we're only going to get halfway through all of them, and we've done everything we can find, so you kind of know that this is for New Game Plus. And then now we're looking at quests for other pieces of DLC in other areas where I would have to really have a walkthrough or guide to get most of these quests that I've missed, because they're Cult of the Vault things, or they're some other action that I didn't even know I was supposed to do. Nowhere close to it. I'd love to see somebody do a 100% speed run of Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1 and just see how much work it would really take, even if you had it all planned out and pathed out as a really quick experience. You still probably would take 5 hours plus to do 100% of all the challenges and max level, and all the missions. I don't know what you would even call 100%. I would guess it would have to be all missions and all challenges, and maybe that would be what you defined it as 100%. Anyways, we've gone an hour. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good